Windfall, wonderful audience. We run, we win. This is James. If you want to talk about walls, you might as well leave the God of heaven out. So Christians, if you want to debate whether or not the United States should have a wall or not in the southern border, you might as well go ahead and shut your mouth. I looked it up. There are 234. I'm on a thing that lists references of wall in the Bible, and I'm just going to read you a few of them. And just what does God think about walls? In 1 Kings, Solomon made an affinity with Pharaoh, the king of Egypt, and he built his own house, the house of the Lord, and the wall of Jerusalem. In 1 Kings 19, in fact, I should turn this around so you can see it. Can you see it? Just go through this. And the reason why, the levy we raised for to build the house of the Lord and his house and the wall of Jerusalem. We had walls. And the armies of the Chaldeans break down the walls of Jerusalem. The walls were designed to protect Jerusalem. Uzziah built the towers in Jerusalem, the corner gate in the valley, and the turning of the wall, and fortified them. There's Chronicles. There goes another one. There goes another one. And they burnt the house of God and break down the wall of Jerusalem. This is when you're taking over a city, you break the walls. Ezra. And we were bombing. God had not forsaken us in our bondage, but he extended mercy on us in the sight of King of Bird, to give us a levying, to set up the house of our God and repair the desolations thereof, and to give us a wall in Judah and Jerusalem. Nehemiah, the whole book is about rebuilding the wall around Jerusalem. And they said the remnant is left to captivity. The wall of Jerusalem is also broken down. So we built the wall, and the wall was joined together. This whole thing is about, so they finished the wall in 25th day of the month. Come on, guys. Do good in thy pleasure, Zion. Build the walls of Jerusalem. He hath no rule over his own spirit. Even Proverbs, he that hath no rule over his own spirit is like a city that is broken down and without walls. So that's even saying, if you don't rule your own spirit, what's walls for? They're for defenses. So don't bring God into your debate about walls. And the Chaldeans burnt the king's house and the house of people with fire and break down the walls of Jerusalem. That's what the enemies were doing. And the armies of the Chaldeans, you saw, for I, saith the Lord, will be her a wall of fire. God's talking about walls for protection. So leave God out of your godless debate about whether or not there should be a wall. And here's the last one. And the great wall, this is New Jerusalem, had 12 gates, and the gates 12 angels, and names were written thereof, which were the names of the 12 tribes of children of Israel. On the east 3 gates, on the north 3 gates, south 3 gates, west 3 gates. And the wall of the city had 12 foundations, and the names of them were the 12 apostles of the Lamb. And we're talking about a wall here. And he that talked with me had a golden reed to measure the city and the gates thereof and the wall. And the city lieth 4 square, and the length is as large as the breadth. And he measured the city with a reed, 12,000 furlongs. The length and the breadth and the height are the same. And he measured the wall 144 cubits. That's like 1,500 miles. This wall. And the building of the wall of it was of jasper, and the city was pure gold, like unto clear glass, and the foundations of the wall of the city were garnished with all manner of precious stones. The first foundation was jasper, the second sapphire, the third. So if you want to complain about a wall in the United States of America, you might as well leave God out of it, because apparently God likes walls so much, he's even included a 1,500-mile high wall around New Jerusalem. Leave him be.